Welcome to Crypto News. Today is February 12th, 2026, and the top cryptocurrency news is this. We're off to the European Parliament, which is backing a digital euro. Lawmakers approved the ECB's annual report by 443 votes to 71, with 117 abstentions, supporting amendments that describe the digital euro as essential to strengthen the European Union's monetary sovereignty, reduce fragmentation in retail payments, and strengthen the integrity of the single market. And from the European Parliament, we'll be talking about Danske Bank allowing customers to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum ETPs. Not surprisingly, these ETPs are products from BlackRock and WisdomTree. And from another bank that is slowly entering the cryptocurrency space, we will also mention the partnership between Ondo Finance, which said that the Ondo global market platform has included Chainlink as an official data oracle, allowing the display of prices for US stocks with tokens including SPYon, QQQon, and TSLAon on Ethereum. Very good partnership then for both, as you can see. Continuing, we will go to Uniswap, whose price yesterday was at $3.23 and immediately reached $4.02. And I wonder why it did not continue to rise, as BlackRock invests in Uniswap through Securitize. According to an announcement on Wednesday, BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, BUIDL, will be listed on the decentralized exchange Uniswap, allowing institutional investors to buy and sell the security with tokens. As part of the deal, BlackRock is also purchasing an undisclosed amount of Uniswap's native governance token, Uni. According to the announcement, the partnership is being facilitated by tokenization firm Securitize, so we see BlackRock not staying in its own circle, but expanding its products elsewhere. And also for Uniswap, let me tell you that it's winning early, as a US judge dismisses Bancor's patent lawsuit. Bancor had gone against Uniswap because it says it infringed on a patent it already had. However, the court saw that this patent was so general that anyone could have it. That's why it dismissed that claim. Moving on, we'll move on to Cardano and Charles Hoskinson, who also appeared on stage wearing a McDonald's t-shirt. It's not a fake photo, you see. And he announced a deal to port Layer 0 to the Cardano blockchain during his speech at Hong Kong Consensus just today. Now, for those who don't know, Layer 0 is a new Layer 1, which has very strong institutional support behind it, and we just saw that in yesterday's episode. The only thing I'm wondering is that Layer 0 has its own Layer 1 blockchain, so I don't understand how Layer 0 is going to be ported to the Cardano blockchain. Let's see. But he also announced Midnight, which is Cardano's first anonymity partner, which he told us the mainnet of the network, which hasn't been launched yet, will come in the last week of March, so it will start operating normally, because so far Midnight coins are in contracts on the BNB chain, if I remember correctly. Moving on to the Layer 0 stuff, which I mentioned earlier, let me tell you that it promises very big things. First, it promises speeds 500 times faster than Solana and 100,000 times faster than Ethereum. Again, the article talks about very deep pockets invested in it. One coin that from a price perspective is doing very well is Bearer Chain, which is up 78% in the last 24 hours and 108% on the 7-day chart. And the reason is that apparently a controversial refund clause tied to Brevin Howard's Nova Digital Fund expired on February 6, 2026. The clause reportedly allowed the investor to request a $25 million refund if performance conditions were not met. With the deadline passing, traders appeared to view the removal of that risk as structurally positive, so for that reason, the price went up. And for the latest news of the day, it's time to head to our favorite cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin sitting at $66,000 at the time of this episode's recording, with the price below support. And the reason is the US jobs numbers, as I told you just the day before yesterday. What can move the market and ultimately does move it? Let me tell you that US jobs were at 48,000. I was expecting that number to be 55,000, but it came in at 130,000, more than double what I expected, while US unemployment was at 4.4%. I was expecting exactly the same number, but it came in at 4.3%, which shows that the US economy is quite strong. So next month we will definitely not have a rate cut, since analysts believe that at 94% with the numbers we have so far, we will not see a rate cut. Let me tell you that on the 13th of the month, we also have the CPI on an annual basis, a number more important than the US jobs report, and it is a number that will seal, I believe, the Fed's decision on whether or not to cut rates in about a month from now. So we're waiting for that number to come out to see what happens. That wraps up the top news for crypto today, February 12th, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.